So today, we're playing the Ranger. And let me tell you, we've got an absolutely insane run for you. We managed to get not one, not two, but 3 Amulets of WILD. This lets us generate an absolutely ridiculous amount of spikes in no time and boost their damage too. But that's not all, we're pairing this with the Poison Ivy, which means every single spike we generate adds 2 poison to our opponent, stacking crazy amounts of poison and also making those spikes even deadlier. But hey, let's see just how crazy this run is. Okay, let's go into some ranked games with a random character and see who we're going to get today. So it looks like we're playing the Ranger. We do start off with the Amulets of WILD, which is really nice here. But hey, we are dividing the baskets, so we're going to have a lot of sales here. Bag of stones on sale, I'm going to grab healing herbs 2. Let's grab our broom. But I am going to roll. We do get a stone, which we're going to have to grab. Now, do we want the Walrus Tusk? You know what? I'm going to take it, because we do have ourselves the Amulets of WILD here. I wouldn't mind crafting up a spike shield, but I'm not going to take it for now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell our broom so we can grab ourselves a wooden sword. I'm going to sell our Star of Courage with this little chip gemstone. So we can actually grab ourselves a piggy bank as well. Definitely going to be a bit crazy, but I do want to start getting some extra monies per round for sure. But I am going to move on with this for now. Now, is this going to be good enough? With our healing herbs, we do get a tiny bit of heals, but that is going to be our only ability. We should have an insane amount of damage once we do get our Amulets of WILD procced and having a crap ton of spikes. Now, is it actually going to be good enough because our opponent does have some lifesteal with the utility pouch, and awesome. Genuinely awesome. Just pause the video to remind you to like, comment, or subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. Now we could grab a frying pan. I'm going to grab a sharp bow though. I will roll. We do get another bag of stones and another freaking Walrus Tusk as well. I think for now we're going to grab ourselves this fanny pack, increasing the speed of our stone along with a wooden sword, and I do kind of want to grab another Walrus Tusk as well. But I am going to move on with this setup. I'm going to be crafting up a Tusk poker here. So we have the potential to stack up a little bit more spikes. We don't start off with 1 spike though once we do craft it up, so there is going to be that. But hey, we do get our spikes, and Amulets of WILD should be able to carry us for quite some time, and not too bad. But hell yeah, let's grab our Walrus Tusk. We could actually craft up a spike shield right now. You know what? Let's actually do it. I'm going to move on pretty fast here. I don't really craft up spike shields as much as I should. But it genuinely should be good here. Now, our opponent does have a crazy amount of max life. They're going to have a health pot for a lot of heals. And they have the potential to get a lot of damage as well. But I mean, that's 7 spikes. 8 spikes already. Which is madness. Madness super early on. We just want to get super tanky and let our spikes do the work. So not too bad. Now you know what, we did get Thornburst here. We could take it. We could also go smithing for dummies, get our hero sword online. Potentially. But I kind of like Thornburst. Since it is on sale, we do stack up a lot of spikes. It's going to give us more spikes. You know what, let's take it. Now I'm actually going to grab this, hoping for another Amulets of WILD. Amulets of Energy, Amulets of Alchemy, not too bad here. Let's grab a fanny pack, let's roll. And I would like to grab another stone here, so I'm going to just roll again. And we actually managed to get one, which is awesome. Now the next question is, do we want to go for a hammer spiked dagger type builds? Stacking up a lot of spikes and letting our hammer dagger do a lot of damage. You know what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to sell our hero sword, or wooden sword. I'm going to take another piggy bank. I'm going to be really greedy here. And I will move on. Now we should actually place this piggy bank at this side. Yeah, if it was smarter I would actually do that, but our wooden sword is not going to add a whole lot of damage here. It would do about 2 to 3 more DPS, but can we actually stack up our spikes? We have an insane amount of spike generation. And we have the potential to win out here. But unfortunately, we do end up losing. Let's grab our hammer, let's grab our banana, let's roll once. We do need a storage, and I will take another Walrus Tusk as well. I'm going to be a little bit greedy. I'm going to crack open a piggy bank. I'm going to place in our hammer. But I am going to venture on with this for now. And I'm going to be offering up our piggy banks. We're going to be getting some monies, and we're going to be rolling like crazy. Looking for daggers, looking for some stone skin potions. but our stamina is going to be a huge issue. As long as we can stack up our spikes here, our spikes can potentially finish off our opponents. So yeah, all we need is one big smack or hammer, and then the spikes do the rest of the work. However, our opponent did get a big max life increase with the Power of the Moon. So unfortunately for us, the Power of the Moon does win out for opponents. Unfortunately. It is what it is. We do get ourselves a turnip. Maybe we do actually want to take this instead, right now. First of all, we're going to be selling our bunch of coins. I'm going to grab ourselves a stamina sack. We do still have 11 golds. We could grab this, place in our turnip, and grab this too. You could keep our hammer here. You know what, I'm going to hold on to it, but I'm going to rock on with this for now. So, our turnip should be able to deal some insane damage. We should have an insane amount of spikes. And we should be in a really, really good spot. Potentially. Now, our opponent does have enchanted weapons. With a magic staff, they're going to have lots of skilling damage on that too, but that's 14 spikes. Our turnip should have a 10 DPS. And awesome. The turnip is definitely going to win us a few rounds here. Let's grab ourselves this leather bag. I'm going to roll. And we do need to grab ourselves this health pot. And we could actually start grabbing ourselves some tusk pokers here for a lot more damage. You know what? I'm not going to take it though. We do get in our bag of stones if we do want it. I'm going to grab ourselves another stamina sack, but yeah, no daggers means we probably don't want a hammer anymore. We could potentially go for a Bloodthorn type build. But hey, we are going to begin a presence with a poison spear. It's going to be a lot of poison on us, but awesome. Genuinely awesome. Now, I still think we're going to go Poison Ivy here. We should be able to inflict a lot of poison. I do want to grab some Stones and Potions, so I'm going to take it. Let's grab the storage. We do get an unstable recombobulator, which I'm going to have to grab. I'm going to roll again. And come on, Amulet of Wilds. Okay, this is nuts. Genuinely nuts. I'm still going to roll though. We do get our Stone Skin Potion. And I'm going to venture on. So double Amulets of Wilds, which means we're going to get 10 spikes. So after 5 seconds, this should shoot up to an insane amount of poison, insane amount of spikes. We do have to try for the first 5 seconds to get that much poison. But that's some insane spike stacking for sure. And we got a torch, and we don't have the torch anymore. Let's grab our Stone Skin Potion. Let's roll again. And we'll keep rolling for now. I think we sell our hammer here. We grab ourselves this stamina sack, we roll again. And we definitely don't want any of this stuff here. So I'm going to keep rolling. We finally got ourselves a dagger, which we could still take here. And actually craft up some poison daggers, potentially. You know what, I'm going to sell our bag of stones. And you know what, I will actually take this bow and arrow, craft up a tusk poker as well. But I am going to move on with this for now. And I would love to craft up a Bloodthorn as well. But we'll see. We do need a way to activate our Stone Skin Potion here. That's for sure. We've stacked up quite a bit of poison. We should be able to deal some big damage. Our opponent does cleanse a lot of it with all their health pots. But I mean, that's some insane spikes. And this spike generation is definitely going to be crazy, crazy good for us. Now next up, we could take Time Melting here. Time Melting, stun our opponent for a little bit longer. If we had the hammer here, I would definitely go for it. It's also going to give our spikes for a little bit longer, up to 6 seconds. But I'm not sure if we want that. We can just take Bagtacular, look for some protectable purses, that way we don't need any block generation. And we can pretty much activate our Stone Skin Potion if you do find some protectable purses. It also helps with our base stamina regen, so you know what? I'm going to take it. Otherwise we can take Blood Manipulation here. But I think we're going to take our Bagtacular. Let's grab our short bow. I say actual bow and arrow. Let's take our carrot. Let's roll. And we could actually go for a Thornbloom type build. But one thing's for sure. We're going to be grabbing this Pestilence Flask. We could grab ourselves this health pot too. Also, a Prismatic Orb. If I'm going to go for a Bloodthorn type build, I definitely want to grab some Prismatic Orbs. I'm going to grab ourselves this health pot. But we definitely want to use our Pestilence Flasks here underneath our Stone Skin Potion. But I'm going to move on. I'm going to craft up our Tusk Poker so we do start off 4 spikes, which is going to be a lot more poison. And yeah, we should be in a good spot, and our opponent is dealing quite a bit of damage. They do actually survive a lot of our damage, but not too bad here. Awesome even. Now, unlucky for opponents, Shepherd's Crook doesn't do anything with poison, so hell yeah. Awesome. Definitely awesome for us. Now, we do get a crit chance too, which I'm definitely going to have to grab here, for sure. Let's grab it. Let's grab our stamina sack. We're going to have to grab ourselves a Lucky Clover too. But how about we craft up a Lucky Pig here? Doesn't mean you can't put in a help up, but I think that should be somewhat decent for now. I'm going to move on. And our Tusk Poker should be able to give us a crap ton of poison off the very beginning. It gives a lot more spikes. Now, it is going to use up some spikes, but it shouldn't matter too much here. Now, opponent does have a lot of damage too, but hell yeah. Awesome even. We got our Lucky Pig, which is going to be amazing. Let's grab a Prismatic Orb, but let's roll. Let's grab the storage, and should we go back for a hammer? Definitely not. Spike stacking, and it's looking like we probably should just take our Thornbloom, to be honest. For now though, I'm just going to move on with our setup. Now, Prismatic Orb is not going to be the super ideal spot, but it'll have to do. We should be able to resist some poison. We have inflicted a crazy amount of poison, which means our opponent is going to be taking all that damage. And that's 50 poison. We have so much poison stacked up. It's kind of nuts. And holy moly, not too bad here. You know what? We do actually end up with a 61 DPS, which is pretty good for us. Heal's not so great. As for block, not so great. But I definitely think we can actually make this a lot crazier if we do continue. I'm going to grab our potion bolts. Let's grab our pineapple. I'm going to roll. And we have to grab this. If this is going to be another Amulet of Wilds, okay, it's another Amulets of Alchemy, which I'm not going to complain. That should be pretty good for us. You know what? I'm going to also grab ourselves another Wild Tusk, because that is going to be 1 spike. It's going to be 2 poison. But I mean, we're going to move on with this for now. So we do have our Amulets of Alchemy over here being targeted by our Lucky Pig, which means we should have an increased chance to activate our potions again, which should be pretty good. Now, the thing is, this amulet is going to be in a little bit less than ideal spot unless we do want to do something like this instead. I think that might still actually be better here. But yeah, I'm going to venture on with this for now. I think this should be good enough, potentially. Now, our opponents is going to be rocking a Poison Spirit soon, which they're going to be inflicting poison on themselves, which is going to be good for us. But they're going to have a lot of damage too. We do activate our Health Pots, and awesome. Chain Wendy. Crazy. There's another pineapple, which we could take here, but I'm going to grab ourselves a fanny pack. I'm going to roll. We do get ourselves another Pestilence Flask, and I would love to take another Prismatic Orb here, but we literally cannot take it. I'm going to place this one up top here, so we trigger on our Stone Skill Potion. Let's grab another stone. I'm going to sell this Health Pot to roll again, and we have to grab this Undead Amulet. That's going to be a Protectable Purse, which we do also want. But yeah, for now, I will actually be moving on with this. So we should be able to trigger these and inflict an insane amount more poison. Our opponent is going to resist a lot of poison with his Dragon Claws. That's 26 poison. And it's going to skyrocket once we do get our spikes. That's upwards of 70 poison. But our opponent is dealing quite a bit of damage. And we just barely keep on surviving. Not too bad here. Let's grab this. Can we get another Amulet of Wilds? Amulets of Energy. Actually, not too bad with a Tusk Poker. I'm going to roll. I'm going to grab ourselves another fanny pack. I'm going to keep rolling for now. I'm going to have to keep rolling. I would like to grab this ladder bag, so you know what? I'm going to wait around. I'm going to grab it. Now, you know what? I'm going to venture on with this for now. So I did place our Spike Shield down below, so it should have a tiny bit more chance to block some damage too. We are also using our Amulets of Energy on a Prismatic Orb. So we just get one of every buff. And our Amulets of Energy should be able to help us keep our spikes. So you know what? Definitely awesome. Let's grab our storage. Let's roll. And we can finally craft up a Blood Turn after all this time. And we could have crafted up a third Thornbloom here. But I'm definitely going to go for that Blood Turn. Now, you know what? Let's grab this since it is on sale. Let's roll again, and we have to grab another one of these here. I also want to grab ourselves some healing herbs as well. But it does mean I do want it in this spot. I'm going to grab another Lucky Clover as well, because that is literally going to be another 5% crit chance. And I'm going to move on. And we are going to be using up a lot more stamina, that's for sure, but we'll see. We do start off with 135 block. We should activate both our Amulets of Alchemy, giving us more block, giving us more spikes, but our opponent does have some Divine Pods cleansing our debuffs, but that's still insane amount of more poison. And you know what? Genuinely awesome. Amulet of Wilds. And you know what? That's crazy, crazy good. Even outpacing a Poison Spear, Dead Sight, with the enchanted weapons as well. And our opponent did have debuff removal as well. Okay, we finally got a Blood Turn. After all this time, that should be pretty good for us. I'm going to grab another Potion Belt here. With that, we're definitely going to grab this. And that's 3 Amulets of WILD. And a set of Healing Herbs as well. Now, you know what? We're going to place both our Amulet of WILD inside our fanny bag so we can trigger that just a little bit faster as well. But I mean, this should be straight up nuts. Now, I'm going to roll again. And we could try to go for a second Blood Turn here, but I definitely do not want to. And we could take a final Prismatic Orb as well. So we start off with a little bit more Vampirism. But yeah, let's go to move on. Now we'll see. We are going to begin a Enchanted Double Axe. That's 38 poison off the get-go, 46 poison. And that's an insane amount of spikes, and our opponent is pretty much already murder-faced. So not too bad here. Now we're going to grab this. I think we kind of have to. I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll again. And we could finally grab ourselves another Thornburst here. Which is kind of madness in itself. But this is going to be our final build. And what a freaking build this was. It took us forever to get a Bloodthorn, but a triple Amulets of WILD, Spike stacking, Poison Ivy. What more could you want? With Thornburst as well, stun our opponents. Thornburst not doing a whole lot, to be honest. It just gives a little bit more spikes throughout the mid game. And it is what it is. But yeah, let's go and see if this is going to be good enough. Can we actually win out? Because we are going to begin a Poison Serpent Staff. Now they're going to have shielded with a bunch of shields. So our stamina could be a huge problem here. But as long as we stack up our poison should do the rest. But hey, we'll see. That's 60, that's 81 poison, and it's still going up. Our opponent does have this Holy Armor, which is going to cleanse a lot of poison too, but that's some insane damage. They do get their block with their Stone Armor, that's over 100 poison. But they do get some invulnerability, which might actually save them here. Our defenses are going to be a lot worse than our opponents. And holy moly, this is too close for comfort, and we barely survived. That's crazy. But hey, we do end up with a 94 DPS, Poison, and our Bloodthorn. And our Spike's putting in a lot of work. Now, unfortunately, facing a single weapon opponent, Spike's is not going to do as much as I'd like it to do. But it still dealt quite a bit of damage. Now, as for heals, we end up with a 20 healing per second. As for block, we do end up with about 205 block. Now, if we did have ourselves a Vampiric Armor here, with some Corrupted Crystals, yeah, we could have had a way more block for sure. But and we also did survive with 5 lives left, so let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 24 actually. Ranking us back up to Masters, and then some. But hey, I'm going to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep looking for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in history, and we're going to begin a light, little chestnut, cursed dagger type setup. They're going to be inflicting a ton of debuffs, but we have an insane amount of poison, and poison doesn't need accuracy. And awesome. 130 crit, crazy damage. Okay, we're going to begin an Obsidian Dragon with a Bloodthorn with Burning Banner. Now, I mean, we already have 40 poison. They do get a vulnerability, but that poison is stacking up once again. And you know what? You shouldn't be any trouble whatsoever. But can we deal with this double Wing Boots, Burning Blade, double Obsidian Dragon? They have cleansed their poison pretty much instantly from the Wing Boots, but we stacked it back up straight away, and awesome.